Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades, renegades. We ball so hard, you already know. It's the renegades, we put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want it with us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, renegades.
Rise up.
Renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. Game's on Tuesday. Renegades. Renegades.
The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades, renegades. We ball so hard, you already know. It's the renegades, we put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want it with us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Renegade. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, renegades.
Rise up.
Renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. Game's on to take. Renegades. Renegades.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 2026 Spring Media Day College Sports Kickoff here at Bakersfield College. I'm Tom Myers. And of course, we're glad to have everybody here. We're going to be introducing a bunch of teams and coaches and players today. But first up is Ayanna Tweedy, our athletic director here at Bakersfield College.
How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Thanks for having me. You just gonna give us some opening?
I've already given my opening remarks. It's all up to you now. Why don't you give us a little bit of an idea about what's going on here in the spring?
So I'm just really excited just to be on the sidelines, cheer for our student athletes and coaches, and as a unit, just provide an exceptional student athlete experience. And so, ready to cheer you all on in the classroom and on the playing field, and just be a resource. So we're excited to hear from the teams today.
What excites you about our spring athletic programs here at Bakersfield College? Do you have any specific sports that you're a big fan of?
I'm a big fan of everyone. However, I'm really interested to see just how we improve from last year to this year. There are some goals that we're trying to reach. I want to make sure that we hit every mark, make sure our women's tennis team gets back to the state championship this year, and just have some fun. Just really encourage that our teams are ready to go. They've been in practice and on the field for the past couple of days, and excited to see what they do.
On the administrative side of things, obviously, that's where you really focus your attention, being able to put all these teams on the field, on the courts. Anything specific that you're working on right now to benefit these spring programs?
Well, right now it takes a unit. It's not just me. We have a great game day administrative staff that helps us put on our games and activities, and so everything's a big focus. Everything's a priority. We got some construction projects that we're really excited about. But there's more to come, so stay tuned.
And part of that administrative staff is Annalicia Kroonquist. She helps us with all of our game day stuff here. Carly Flowers, our assistant AD here at BC. I don't know where Carly is over there. And of course, some of our camera people, the Dr. Julian Wilson, who is not here today but runs our camera and production duties, and Gio General Lau, who also does the same for all of our programs. We'll be broadcasting several sports programs this spring, baseball, softball. I've had some ideas that people have talked about us doing some track events.
Yes.
Okay.
The feedback is really loud. So when you're using your coaching voice, it's hard to hear yourself talk over this microphone.
Well, I've never been accused of being quiet. So with that, everybody give it up for Ayanna Tweedy, everybody. Now the first person that we have up for today is Mark Gomez and women's tennis. And they all look a little bit nervous. No reason to be nervous, we're all friends here, right? Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
I think you gotta turn that on. She turned it on. There you go. It takes a second. Yeah, go ahead.
Great, thank you.
There we go. So, talk to me about what stands out about women's tennis this year for you guys.
Well, you know what? The girls, we have a few girls coming back from last year, our state championship finalist team. And two of them are right here, Kalia and Naomi. And they'll be playing the top three, singles probably. And they're great in doubles. And we have another girl that's Lua. She is not here today, but she was part of that state championship finalist team.
How do you balance individual development with team success? You know, tennis is kind of an individual sport or a double sport, but as a team, you have to compete, and everybody has to kind of support each other. How do you guys do that?
Well, I come from a team concept, and we turn that into individuals, because we can be as individuals as singles and doubles, but overall, we win as a team, and we focus on that.
So what are your goals going to be as you head into conference play this year?
Well,
and you are, by the way, in one of the toughest conferences in the entire state.
Yes, we are in the toughest conferences in the state. You know what? All we do every year, I say, we're just about improving. Just improve every match, every day, at practice, tournaments, and everything will take care of itself. And obviously, last year it worked out pretty good.
Okay, let's talk to the ladies a little bit. And you know, what stands out for you guys? What's the biggest adjustment to college tennis?
support us, especially last year. I think that's what really stood out for us.
And how is that different from, say, high school?
I was homeschooled, so that's...
But even at a junior level, it is different.
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's more competitive in college than in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot more competitive and intense than high school, and also more competitive than just tournaments when you're playing on your own, because you have your whole team there to cheer you on.
So this is a good question to ask you guys. Because of your conference, I'm assuming that some of those matches go pretty long. How do you stay focused during those long matches, especially as we get later into the season and it starts to get a little bit warm, right?
Yeah, it definitely helps having the team there. When someone else finishes their match, then they come and support you, and it really just helps to keep you locked in and focused on the match.
You can answer the same.
I would also agree, and it also has to do with your mindset. Just have a positive mindset the whole game. You can't back down on yourself. You just have to keep going.
Yeah, a lot of us are really proud of Bakersfield College. I'm an alum and went to school here back in the 1900s. And to be honest with you, it's really a joy for me to be here as the public address announcer and broadcaster that I get to fill that role. What does it mean to you guys to represent Bakersfield College?
It means a lot, especially being born and growing up here and making it so far. And as a team, it means a lot.
Yeah, it's really great to be able to play and get support from everyone in the city that we were raised in.
Okay. And Coach, a couple more questions with you. What's recruiting like for you? Is it the local community here, or do you have far reach? What are you looking for as far as recruiting goes?
Bakersfield has been a great tennis town. I think it's been one of the best towns in the valley, even better than Fresno. We have a lot of great local kids here, and the pros do a great job and also the local high school coaches. So there's plenty to choose from. So that's why I try to choose first, look locally, and I know a lot of the girls like to go away and have a college experience. But I always stress BC first, stay local, and the BC administration and everything, they really support us here. And that's what I like about BC. And they can live at home and save some money and have their parents come out and watch them, friends, family, relatives. It's a great experience for them.
And as a local guy, I agree with you 100% that really is the truth about Bakersfield College. Staying here for a couple of years, saving some money, getting some experience before you head off to a 4-year if you want to expand your athletic program.
Yes, of course. I always stress to the girls, if you come here, play here, improve, 1 year, 2 years, we'll get you to a 4-year school if you want to keep on playing.
Okay, let's hear from Mark Gomez, everybody. Ladies, thank you for your time. Okay, up next, men's golf, and Nick Kaiser. Okay. Check. Nick, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's great to have you here today. How many seasons now as the head coach at BC?
Two.
This is your second season. I know we had a little lunch a couple years back when it was your first season. Talking over there at Luigi's. So you have your captain with you here, Jacob, a freshman captain. So, how did you hear in that role?
I coached him 3 years at Stockdale. I know his character, his game. We're all freshmen. The whole team is 7 freshmen. So he earned it.
When did you guys all start working? Obviously, seasons doesn't happen until the spring, but obviously, you guys are practicing in the fall, getting ready to go for season.
Yeah, all of them are working individually. I'm with the women during fall, but we had our first meeting yesterday. It went awesome. We start tomorrow. Game on.
Tomorrow against?
We have our first practice.
First practice. Official practice is tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And your practice facility is Rio Bravo, correct?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. I know Rio Bravo's had a couple of issues. Have we had any conversations with Bakersfield Country Club?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll have to make a phone call. Okay. What defines your success for this group this season?
Be competitive in the conference. Canyons is the state champion almost every year, so be competitive and represent Bakersfield like I know they can.
So, Jacob, this is for you. Jacob Roldan, everybody, our freshman captain for men's golf here at Bakersfield College. Obviously, you're all freshmen, but I mean, still, you're named the team captain, so obviously there's something there that is the reason that you are the leader on this squad.
I mean, a big part of it was I've known Coach Kaiser since I was a little kid. He's seen me grow up. I mean, like he said, he's watched a lot about my character and developing. But, I mean, yeah, I'm proud to take that title. Hopefully I could take that title well this year and going on forward.
As a lifelong golfer myself, we all know that golf is 99% mental and 1% physical. Well, maybe for some. For me, it's 99% mental. What do you do to stay consistent in your golf game, day in and day out?
I mean, a lot of it came with maturing. So growing up, I guess my mental game was a problem. But around, like, going into high school is when it changed a lot. And it was just containing myself, controlling emotions. And once those emotions were controlled, my game got significantly better. So going on forward, hopefully I can learn more from better players or whatever, so forth.
What kind of goals do you have for this season?
Obviously, here for BC to learn more, go on to the 4-year, but going on to the next level, the D1 collegiate level, like a lot of people here. But yeah, I mean, first year, hopefully, see what I can get.
Talk about some of your teammates and kind of what kind of a group of guys you got.
So, I know a lot of them from high school golf itself. I mean, they're great dudes. I know it's going to be a good atmosphere. Everyone's uplifting, so hopefully that's going to go on forward too.
So when does the season officially start? Not just practice, but when is your first tournament coming up?
January 26th at La Prisma in Mount Poke. Yeah, it's a great golf course.
That is actually a very great golf course. That's fantastic. It depends on whether it's going to be a dry day or a wet day, right?
He's the reigning CIF champion. This young, yeah, so I mean, that's exciting, real exciting. I think it's a great guy to get at BC.
Any other coaches that you want to talk about that are on your squad?
Yeah, I'm very blessed. I have Andy Murrow from Centennial. It's about 25 years of coaching experience. Jeff Rellers from Frontier, and he's got about 25 years of experience.
Yeah, I think I'm filling in for Reller over at Frontier High School while he's hanging out with you. Pretty much, yeah. Jeff Reller, good guy. Great guy. Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Jacob, have a great season this year. Wishing both of you guys the best of luck. Give it up once again for men's golf, everybody. Okay, up next, men's tennis. And Noel Dalton. Come on up, guys. There you go, Coach.
Test.
It is on. So careful what you say. Okay. So you guys, of course, are going to get your season started as well this year. Why don't you tell me what stands out about your tennis team so far?
Well, we had a very nice fall, and we have quite a bit of returns from last year. We're pretty much a freshman club last year. During the fall, we sent 3 guys to nationals. One of them, Madi, he finished 4th in the country. And our doubles team, Madi and Sean Cow, finished 7th in the country. So we are looking good going into the season. We got a nice recruiting class that came in and a bunch of sophomores, so we're excited.
That's pretty exciting stuff. And how do you balance the individual development of your players with your team's success?
tennis is a unique sport, and it is very much individualized. Growing up, these guys play tournaments on their own, so they have a lot of individual coaches that work with their technique. By the time they get to us, it's very hard to make changes, so we try to make little increment changes. So we try to work on their fitness, mental aspects of the game, and but I think the other thing that they really need to balance is the academics, and with the academics and the rigorous schedule, it's something that the time management is one of the main skills they need.
Yeah, what are your goals heading into conference play this year?
Lofty goals, and I'm excited because we have such a strong recruiting class. I think we have a chance to win conference, and I think we're ranked top 3 in the state.
Top 3, that's fantastic. So introduce the gentlemen who are here on your right.
Zeb Tuquette, he's a freshman from Bakersfield Christian. He won Valley singles last year, one of our top recruits. And we have Jose Rodriguez, sophomore from South High, and he played top 5 for us last year.
Jose looks like he should be playing basketball, but I know tall guys that are a little bit, well, sorry, Zeb, looks like he should be playing basketball, but tall guys are actually really good on the tennis court because of that absolutely fantastic reach. So let me ask you guys, biggest adjustment to college tennis that you found last year?
Probably the level of play compared to high school. Like the players are a lot better, and I have to like focus a lot more.
So once you get into a match, specifics and details really start to matter, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you guys stay focused during those long matches? Because obviously college is a little bit more simple. I'm sure in high school there were players that you guys just wiped off the floor really quickly. That doesn't necessarily happen in college.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the team, like the girls were saying, after they're done playing, they come to support you and just cheer you up and help you out. That helps a lot.
Do you want me to like restate from
Yeah, fire away, whatever you got.
Well, I mean, I guess one thing that's really different, I guess, is just the distance you have to travel, because it's not like you're going to another school inside of Bakersfield, you're going to like another city. As well for the tournaments, they're not all held here, they're held like 2 hours away maybe. So that's another thing, and like with school on top of that, you have to balance it a little bit better as well.
How do you stay focused during long matches?
Well, I just go in there with the mindset that like, I'm just gonna try my best. Obviously I wanna win, but that's not like the top priority for me. For me, it's just to have fun, but at the same time, just try to stay focused and see what I'm doing wrong and try to improve on it after each point.
And what does it mean to you to represent Bakersfield College?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, I was born and raised here, so like the girl said, it's nice to see everybody from the city supporting us, and well, it's just nice to get the community all around us and supporting us.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me too. I've been playing here for a while, and I grew up here. So when you see people come out and support you, it helps a lot.
And we talk about recruiting, Coach. And when we talk about recruiting, obviously, the first place we always look is kind of in our own backyard. Have you looked at any other places around California, or what do you look for when you're trying to get good recruits to come to Bakersfield College?
Yeah, obviously our first place to look is here locally. We go to the local SYL tournaments at Bakersfield and go look in the valley. And once we recruit that group, we have a lot of interest from international players. So we have quite a big group internationally coming in. They're very strong players, but we have Coach Pfister, who was top 20 in the world, so he's quite a draw to bring in a lot of guys to play underneath him. So we're pretty blessed to have great facilities. We have great trainers. Our academics is excellent, so it's a great place to bring in guys from all over.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Give it up for men's tennis, everybody. Okay, now men's and women's swimming, Matthew Moon. And Coach brought some swimmers with him, my people. They're like, he was a swimmer? Not really, I was a springboard diver, but I was a lot smaller and skinny. Great to have you guys here, Coach. You know, you got to balance men's and women's swimming. And we know swimmers are a different breed of people. They're born kind of a different breed. They're like fish out of the water. Tell me about this group that you got.
We have a really young group this season, but like you said, swimmers are very unique, and I tell them that pretty frequently, and it's you got to really be with your own self because your face is in the water, staring at a black line, so it gets pretty monotonous as we're training. So it's trying to stay creative with the training aspect to keep them excited. And at the end of the day, just trying to find those extra little things that are creative to spark their interest a little bit more to make them faster.
Yeah, what are the strengths that you have on this year's team? You got some really good distance people, you got some sprinters, what do you got?
We have a lot of freestylers right now. We had a strong team last year, so it's a really young team. We haven't had any meets just yet. We had a couple non-traditional meets, so still trying to figure out some of the younger ones, but a couple of these guys are returners. We got 2 returners, 3 returners up here. He's a backstroker, mid-distance free, and then Zoe's a butterfly and freestyler.
Butterfly, boy, that's a fun one. No, that's the most tiring one there is. Somebody that hates swimmers really created that for some reason. Where have you seen leadership emerge on your team so far? Anything that you can point specifically to? Obviously, the 4 people that are up here.
These 4 right here just lead by example. We had a much louder team last year. We're a pretty quiet team this year, but these 4 right here lead by example. They're always one of the first ones there. I don't have to ask them twice to do anything. They're always working hard, and the younger athletes, the freshmen, have all kind of seen that and just kind of follow suit.
Well, as I understand it, you got some maniacs from the water polo team that came out to swim. That'll help you with that no noise thing.
Yeah.
Those guys are crazy.
Yeah, we have the women's water polo. We have about, I think, 6 of the girls out from water polo, so definitely helps with some numbers on the swim side, on the women's side, but still trying to teach them that there's no ball out there. They got to keep their head down.
For you guys, what's the daily grind like for a college swimmer?
Getting up early, pretty much every morning, going to practice, going home, eating, going to school, coming back to practice, and then just trying to rest, trying to get ready for the next day.
Same thing like David said. We have doubles, early mornings. It's just a grind every day, and just try to get up and have the motivation to keep going.
Kind of hard to jump in that water when it's 40 degrees outside, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I understand you guys are they're overhauling some of the equipment on the pool. Was it apparently not getting warm enough? Water was warm, but it's going to get better, apparently, correct?
Hope so.
How about you? What's the grind like for you?
Yeah, kind of going after what you just said, the getting in the pool is probably the hardest part of practice. So for me, I think that adjusting to swimming again has been a big challenge and part of the grind. I stopped swimming about halfway through high school, and now I'm getting back into it. So this winter break, it's been great to do 3-hour practices and get used to that schedule.
Sleep, swim, eat, swim,
repeat,
school, sleep, eat, repeat. Yeah, some kind of order like that. It's a lot. It's a hard grind, but you have to find the motivation to wake up every day and repeat it and to be the best person you can be.
Yeah, I was a springboard diver in high school, and the tough part about February was standing on a board when it was 40 degrees outside while I watched you guys swim a nice warm laps back and forth. And it's hard to stick a landing when you're freezing. So I get it. Starting down at the end, how do you prepare mentally for a race? Nerves are obviously a little part of it usually.
I try to tell myself that you can't avoid the nerves, so try to channel it into your event. Just don't focus on anything around you, just yourself. It's an individual sport, so you're gonna take everything around you, just hone in.
That's a great answer. Next.
Yeah, for me, nerves have definitely been a really big challenge. So going into a race, I try to warm up the best I can. I really do better if I warm up more and kind of go into a little bit tired. So I try to get all that nervous energy out in warm-ups and then go into that race feeling like I have a clear mind.
Gentlemen.
Same here. It's all a mental game, and you just really need to prepare and make sure in practice you're kind of just acting like if you're in a meet and go into that the same way.
Yeah, my nerves are really bad before meets. I get really nervous, but listening to music usually helps. And then just getting in that mindset that we've been practicing. A lot of our practices are a lot harder than our meets, so being in a good mindset.
We talk about a lot about it being an individual sport, but you guys are on a team, and you support each other. What is that like? What does that feel like when your teammates are at the end of that race and they're all screaming and you can hear them, because I know you can still hear them, but what does that do for your adrenaline?
Oh, that makes it so much better. It makes it really worth it. It makes you just want to try a little bit harder.
Really gets me pumped up seeing everybody at the end, and just makes me really push harder into that race, and it gets me fired up every time.
Yeah, I've had people ask me, is it even worth cheering? Do you even see me cheering over there? But it does really help. You see your team cheer you on, and it makes you want to try harder and make them proud and represent your team.
It honestly makes me a bit more nervous when I'm out of the water. But once I'm in the water, like, you know, you're in that mindset. So it really does help. And I personally really love cheering for everyone. I like to have at least one person behind each block to cheer the teammates on. So I know it's very beneficial.
Well, we're really excited for you guys getting to root each other on and have a fantastic swim season here at Bakersfield College. Thank you for sharing your time with us, Coach. Really appreciate it. Give it up once again for Bakersfield College Swim. All right, up next, women's wrestling. Come on down. We have coaches Andrea Price, Chloe Espiricueta, and Leslie DeAnda. And athletes are they with us, Cecilia Esquivel and Michaela Weller. Hi guys, how you doing today? I'll be careful, I don't want to insult them and then one of them put me in a figure 4 leg lock. It's illegal for a reason, because it really hurts. My big brother used to do it to me all the time. So, women's wrestling is growing at Bakersfield College. Why don't you tell us something about it?
It is one of the... Women's wrestling in Bakersfield has been the #1 growing sport across the nation. It is definitely growing in Kern County, and we're seeing the numbers in high school and college, and it's an exciting sport.
Yeah, I'm the announcer at Frontier High School, so I announce their wrestling events, and we have a couple of really fantastic ladies wrestlers there. Hopefully, maybe you get a chance to get some of them to come up here. What is having the staff here at Bakersfield College to help with the wrestling program really do for them?
Just having somewhere that the local athletes can go to. It's allowing the athletes to know that there's something to do after high school. Seeing the ones that are in towns competing and doing well in town, it's just something exciting. It gives them a reason to continue the sport, get excited about the sport, and know that there's more opportunities out there. And if they have questions about, you know, how to improve or what else, they have really good examples of what else is out there for women's wrestling.
Yeah, you talked about women's wrestling being the biggest growing sport, but what's the difference between women's wrestling and men's wrestling? Because I've watched both, and it seems like technique is really more important on the women's side than it is on the men's side.
That's something, just the attitudes of the boys versus the girls or men versus women. A lot of women's teams or women's wrestlers, they like to know more of the why and how, whereas men's wrestling, they kind of like to just get some brute force. Of course, there's plenty of technique in there,
So a little bit more on the technique side. I don't know.
Yeah, well, let's talk to them. What does it mean to you ladies to be representing Bakersfield College?
I love to represent Bakersfield College. Last year I did, and it was a great time. Bakersfield College has done nothing but support me, and I'm excited for another season here.
To me, to wrestle at Bakersfield College, I've grown up in Bakersfield, so it's just now I can come here and wrestle. And there's a lot of growth in Bakersfield that can come to Bakersfield College, so they can be motivated to come here and we can build our program.
How is the coaching staff helping you to develop here at Bakersfield College? What's different here than it was in high school?
It's definitely a lot more girls. Like the team I was on, it was a small group of girls, so now we have the whole team to really support each other and push each other on. And my coach is very supportive and always there for us, willing to push us.
Honestly, the coaching staff now, all in high school, I never really had like a woman coaching me, and it's really supportive to have another woman like helping us, to ask questions to, and not necessarily feel like as embarrassed or anything like that. So yeah, it's a big difference, and I love it.
What are your goals for this season?
My goals for this season is honestly do my best, hopefully make it back to state finals. That'll be fun. But most importantly, make sure my team does really well. I want to support them. I want them to ask me as many questions as possible, and I'm so excited to see how the rest of them do.
My goals for this season are honestly to go out and just have a lot of fun. Since I am a freshman, it is totally new, and I would just really like to go out there and give it my absolute best and see where I land.
Coach, you have every weight class filled on the squad this year, I assume, correct?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. We're trying to pull everyone in. I see people wearing wrestling gear, or I'm talking to everybody, making sure we get that full staff this year.
So what's the goal for the team for this season?
Honestly, get out there and try their hardest. Over the fall, we had a non-traditional competition and did very well. There's a few things to tweak, so if we can build on that and just keep getting better every tournament and make it to that state podium, that'll be great with me.
Okay, let's get up for women's wrestling, everybody. Thank you guys so much for your time. Okay, up next, and I saw them practicing earlier today, women's beach volleyball. Women's beach volleyball head coach is Penelope Zepeda. And I did see them practicing out there earlier. New sand courts right behind the Renegade Athletic Center. So actually it's going to be really fantastic to have events out there this year. We had to have events over at California State University, Bakersfield last year. Why are you sitting right there? Didn't even give the coach a chance. And I know all of you, so I mean, is it because you're my favorite? Is that why? I'll tell you. I knew her before I knew you. In disclosure of all fairness, I do know a lot of these ladies because I was her announcer for 4 years, and I was her announcer for 4 years, and then 2 years here. So I've known, I'm very proud. I'm like a proud dad when I get to stare at you guys, because I've known you since you were a little tiny tyke. So, with that being said, let's give the mic to Coach Zepeda. You're gonna have to turn it up. So let's talk about, what kind of training you got going on this spring, because we know once you leave a hard court and you go to sand, everybody's sucking air.
Yeah, Coach Zach is up there, and we are so fortunate to have him. We've started conditioning in the sand, which is huge for them. For many of them, they've never played beach volleyball. So it's a kind of a big transition. We have positional players in indoor, and when you get to the beach,
you have to do everything. I mean, you have to bring the energy, you have to communicate, I have to find a way to score. My Chloe Lopez right here, indoor, she's a libero out there, she scores points. And
Heck of a libero, by the way.
she is, but she's a heck of a beach player. So it's kind of a transition, but it's going great.
So let's talk about, conference play and what's going to happen this year. Obviously, we have our own court this year, so we're going to host home events here. Last year, we had only 2 events, but they were both out of Cal State.
Yeah, we have 2 home events. The plan is to host. We're working through some things, but that's our plan for now. Yeah.
And the plan is to broadcast those events, as well as having a live speaker and music going, and I'm going to do all the MC duties for the events here at home. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And those people that don't get to come out directly, and there are stands here and everything. Hopefully we'll have a big setup with a snack bar and everything we need. But really looking forward to a fun spring couple of events here at BC, right? For the first time ever.
First time ever.
Absolutely. Talk about your conference. I mean, we don't exactly live in the easiest conference in the world. Southern California is pretty much a hotbed for beach volleyball. Talk about how hard that's going to be.
There are some programs in the conference that have beach-only players, so they train in the sand year-round. But then you get other programs that do the same that we do. We go indoor, transitioning into beach. We go up against some great teams. Ventura is a great program. Santa Barbara is also a great program. But we find a way to get competitive in there. And our goal is to find our place in the conference and get some pairs to the SoCal Regionals.
And sand volleyball can be a little bit different because obviously a little more technique comes into it for spot play, that kind of stuff, as opposed to being on a court where really if you can get air and you've got people that can hit, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Sand might be a little bit different than that, correct?
Yeah, we have a term that we use in our program, precision beats power. It's not about how hard you can in the sand. Can I hit a spot? And can I be accurate, have a plan, and then execute it? We have our hula hoops. They love our hula hoops. They go in the corners.
Let's talk to these guys. And, how are you guys building chemistry with the player that you're going to get matched up with? Obviously, you guys have played together all season long. You had a fantastic end of the season. I think I gushed over you in that final game over and over and over again. I was geeking out about it. So, but I mean, who's your doubles partner this year? Have you picked one yet? We haven't gotten to that point. Okay.
But yeah, our big things: eye contact, touch, communication. Those are our big three things we go by, and it is very different from indoor because if your energy's low, there's not 5 other girls to cover you up. It's you and your partner. You're ride or die. You just gotta keep your energy up and keep that chemistry strong for your partner because it's always about the other person. We're very selfless when it comes to our partner.
Yeah, Chloe, what's your biggest challenge to beach volleyball? Obviously, you're not exactly the tallest volleyball player, hence the reason she's a libero. Relegated to the back row at a very early age, I'm sure. But talk to me about, speed on a sand volleyball court does have a great effect.
My biggest challenge on the beach court? I would definitely say the sand. Like, it's different being from, like, obviously a court and then transitioning to a sand. Like, it's so heavy and, like, your legs get extremely heavy. So then you start getting tired, but she always says you say the right things to yourself and it gets more easier.
Coach, what kind of condition are we keeping the sand in this year? Are we going to keep it a little wet? Hose that sand down?
We have built-in sprinklers. We're so blessed. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's awesome.
Give me your biggest challenge in sand volleyball.
Definitely agreeing with Chloe. I think it's very easy to just jump in indoor, but then when you transition into the sand, your legs need to be more conditioned. So obviously, like, the beginning of the season, it's really, really hard. Last season, I woke up feeling like a grandma. But then you get conditioned, like, it gets easier, you get more conditioned, like, with your cardio, with your legs, everything. But I would definitely say, like, transitioning in the beginning of the season from indoor.
What are you most looking forward to for the season this year?
I'm honestly looking forward to learning to play sand. I've never played sand. I've never been on a team. I've played before.
But I'm just looking forward to learning everything, just really trying to soak up the sport, and really learning, like Coach P said, precision beats power, because I just love to get up there and hit a ball. But if that's not going to do good for me, I need to learn my shots.
I'm going to take a step back and stay on you real quick, and it's part of my geeking out about you. Your progression from the beginning of volleyball season to that last game was monumental. And I think that's probably why I talked about it so much on the broadcast that we did. What did you do different? What clicked for you at the end of the season?
Well, this season was my first time playing on the right side, and I think just my timing, going from being a middle blocker to having to wait on the set was hard for me, so I really had to force myself to wait. But as soon as that clicked to wait for the ball, I was like, oh heck yeah, I can hit a ball now.
Well, we are looking forward to a fantastic sand volleyball season this year. Our first one here. I'm looking forward to doing the broadcast for that and being out there and supporting you guys and really having just a fun couple of events here at Bakersfield College. Thank you all for your time. Coach Penelope Zapata, everybody, and the Women's Beach Volleyball Program. Thank you guys. Okay, up next, let's see, track and field, Pam Kelly. Did we bring the whole team with us? So, Coach, we've had a couple of conversations about the track season so far this season and what we're going to do. Maybe we can get some broadcasting done for track season this year. What do you see in this team? What's really the development of this team going forward into this season?
First of all, Bakersfield College has one of the top stadiums and tracks in the state. Our track is the same track that's at UCLA. So we have a track that people want to come run on. We have a team that we get good performances on. And our goal, we are hosting the Southern Cal Regional Championships this year. We're hosting Battle of the Regions and BC Relays. Our team is very young, except for Julian. Julian is a sophomore. He's a sophomore thrower. And I'll introduce them. The next one is Sophia. She was a cross-country runner. She was our top runner in cross-country. Mary Lou Flores, she is a freshman from Centennial and has been with us all fall. And then Jacob, and I always say his last name wrong, Quesada, and he's a freshman from Liberty, and he was our top runner last year. So we're working on developing, we're working on having good performances out of our freshmen. We're working on putting relays out there that we have been to do last year and letting everybody have fun and being successful.
How many members do you have on the track team for this season?
Probably 55 to 60, yeah.
With so many events, how do you balance coaching all those different events and all these different players?
First of all, we have very qualified assistant coaches. Coach Cueto was with them last year. Coach Anna Gelmini, she was a Gatorade Athlete of the Year.
What name is that? Gelmini? I haven't heard that.
Yeah, she also
heard that name.
throws with Coach Cueto. Coach Cueto was at Highland High School and is a school record holder at Cal State in the Hammer. We have Coach Scott. He was from Independence and did the jumps out there. He was a legend in his time. Well, he still is a legend. And we have Caesar Morales, who's coming over from cross country, and he has won the Bakersfield Marathon and just ran a big race down in Mexicali. And we have Hillary, who kind of handles our social media and feels like we need her.
You just named like an all-star squad of assistant coaches. That's fantastic.
Very proud. Very proud.
Wow. Well, let's get a couple of questions out of you guys. How do you balance your individual team events with the individual events with your team events? How do you guys balance as a team?
Just as a team, we're practicing every day, focusing on our events. Just with the team, a lot of the team honestly don't know because we don't see them all the time. We're like in our own isolated spot, but it's nice to be at the meets and see our other events do well. We're supporting each other. So.
Kind of going off of what he said, we're all in different areas, the throwers, the sprinters, the distance, but we all come together at the meet, and it's really nice to support each other in the other events and finally see what everybody else is up to, because we never really see them. And track is unique in the way that it's an individual sport, but also a team sport. So even though, like within our own groups, you're focused on your own race or your own event, you still race next to your other teammates. And when we go on, for the distance at least, when we go on runs as a team. And when we do workouts as a team. And if we're in a big race together for at least distance, we're in a little pack, and it kind of helps us compete against other teams, especially the really strong ones in our conference.
So, I'm asking the next question for her. So, being from Bakersfield, obviously if you've ever run track, you've run here at Bakersfield College. But what's the difference about competing for BC compared to when you just ran races here when you were in high school?
The main difference is, of course, being a student here. It's honestly an honor being able to do collegiate sports, and there is more pressure to it, that's for sure. But it's very exciting. It's very exciting to be competing on that next up level.
I agree. Just being a student here is a lot different from just competing here, like as a high schooler. Just putting the uniform is a lot different than your high school uniform. And it's also just the next step. So college is a lot different from high school, competitively, academics-wise.
Okay, once again, let's give it up to Bakersfield College Track, everybody. Thank you, guys. Okay, now up next is softball and Coach Casey Goodman. So last year I had my first foray into broadcasting a softball game here at Bakersfield College. And I had to get used to calling it a circle and not a mound. And a couple of other things that I had to figure out. And I think I was the first person ever to broadcast a softball game live at Bakersfield College, which was kind of exciting for me. I'm a huge fan of your softball program. The game that I got a call, actually, I think was a doubleheader, where we lost the first one, but we won the second. I don't remember who the team was we were playing. But what a fantastic group of girls that got on that diamond and just played their hearts out. And it's a very fast-paced game. If someone hasn't gone to see a softball game, tell us about the reason why it's so fast-paced.
There's no breaks, 60 feet bases as opposed to baseball, 90 feet, no leadoffs, so you're having to leave when the pitcher releases the ball. We've got slappers that run through the box, and you don't see that a whole lot. So yeah, definitely fast-paced, shorter games, 7 innings. So it's definitely a fun sport.
And fill the stands. A big crowd base that shows up for those games, and they're not quiet.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate to have a good following as far as fans go. When we played in the fall against CSUB, there was like 500 people there. So we're fortunate to have a good following, and we've got some great fans.
What are the strengths of your roster for this year?
I have no idea. We are split up the middle. We've got 13 sophomores, and so where's that? 7 freshmen. We've got good depth pitching. We've got some good speed. We've got some kids that can take the ball out of the ballpark, and we've always got a good defense. So we've got a well-balanced team this year, and I think as long as we focus on ourselves, you'll see us back in regionals this year.
So a lot of returners, you're looking forward to finding your way into the playoffs again once this year.
Yeah, we've never missed playoffs since I've been here. I think in 9 or 8 years, we've only lost 11 conference games. So our goal is a given is to always win conference. And
we want to make state. You know, we haven't gotten over that hump yet. That's something that kind of bothers us. So that's our goal. Plus we're hosting state this year. So we don't want to work state, we'd like to play in state.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get that state gig myself, so I'm right there with you. Introduce your players here.
So I brought 3 sophomores today, all returners. Liz Aldretti, who is a pitcher and first baseman. Isabella Harrison, who is a second baseman. And Dre, who is a sophomore catcher.
Okay, so ladies, why don't you tell me what the chemistry on the team is like? Obviously you're sophomores, so you've got a bunch of your crew back from last year. Tell me about that.
For sure. I think the chemistry this year is a lot better. I think there's a lot of diverse personalities last year, which is really hard for us to get along. Just being super honest. And this year, I feel like it took no time for us to click. Like the first day, I wasn't there for summer much, but I know that in summer they clicked very well. When I came back with them in the fall, it's like I didn't have to try to be anyone's friend. Like everyone wants to be there. The attitude and the demeanor of everyone is amazing. It makes it really easy to go out there every day and practice with them and be around them every single day.
How do you guys prepare for a long series?
It's just a lot of work, whether it be in the weight room or on the field. We're always out there working hard. We kind of realize that if we don't put in the work ourselves as well at home, it's going to reflect badly on the field. So it's kind of just a mix of putting work in on our own, making sure we are focused on the field, we're actually getting the reps that we need to on the field, and going along with the rest of the team, getting along.
So it was sophomore night, I think, last year that you had the doubleheader, wasn't it? Was it sophomore night last year? It was a doubleheader because I called it. Was it El Camino's? Yeah. And so specifically, you guys were there for that. You lost the first one, but you won the second one. How do you guys come back from a game where that pitcher basically shut you guys out in the first game, and then you came back and won the second one? What's that like to have to suffer a loss and then come back and have to do it all over again in that second round?
I think just turning it over and knowing that like you played the first game, but you still have 7 more innings. You know, that first game already happened. You can't just like dwell on it. You have to move forward. And especially because it was like the same 9 girls back on that field. I think the only switch we had was our pitcher, you know. We already had like a mindset going in, and it was the same pitcher I think we faced the second game too. So just knowing how to adjust and figure out how to get past that hump that we couldn't in the first game.
Yeah, you guys did a great job of adjusting in that second game. And it was an exciting one to call because it was still pretty close. What do you guys want people to know about BC softball this year?
I just think we have a good team. We have a lot of good energy and a lot of good chemistry. You know, I grew up playing with a lot of these girls, so just getting to like continue to play with each other and you know just have a good season ahead. Yeah.
It's not a hot potato. What is it about this team that's special this year for you?
I think that all of us that like living in Bakersfield are whole lives. Like I think like when Bakersfield we have like 2 shopper girls, but it's still like we've all played with each other our whole lives, so it's not. I don't know. Maybe.
I think that's a fantastic answer because you know we're all from Bakersfield. I'm a BC alum. I tell everybody that I went to school here. And the pride that you have in that, and being from Bakersfield and getting to come to Bakersfield College, really is a palpable thing. So I definitely understand how you guys feel. Let's give it up for women's softball, everybody. Have a great season this year. Okay, and last but not least, give it up for Bakersfield College baseball, Kurt Townsend, everybody. Coach, go ahead and grab a seat, and then tell me who you got with you here today. Besides that.
So we have Luke Shaw as a sophomore outfielder, Nick Martin, sophomore second baseman infielder, and sophomore first baseman Liam O'Reilly.
Liam, the most hit batters, I think, in a single game. last year. What was it, like 6 or 8? It was a big number, brother. Yeah, absolutely. I'm still a huge fan. He is. So, talk to me about this year's baseball team. A lot of returners that are coming back.
Few returners. I think our sophomore group is a good nucleus, giving a very good example to our incoming freshman kids that are learning the grind and understanding what responsibility and time management and accountability look like, and these guys have done a good job. So we're looking forward to the developmental process, and we've been grinding this thing out since June, so I'm kind of excited to get going to see what this process looks like.
Yeah, talk to me about some of the people that you've recruited out of Bakersfield, some of the freshman class coming in.
Yeah, probably one of our deepest recruiting classes in terms of the pitching staff. We've got some quality arms. We're very excited about that for sure. Their falls were very good. So we're really excited to see what this is going to look like. We kick it off tomorrow with a little scrimmage against Reedy. So we're ready to get going. I think we're prepared.
What's going to determine your success if you go into conference play this year? You do have a pretty tough conference, Southern California.
Yeah, I think we play in probably the third toughest conference in the state of California outside of the SEC, which is the Orange Empire in Southern California and the Big 8 in Northern California. So it's competitive. The difference for us this year is going to be health. Just staying healthy. I like where we are personnel-wise. Maintaining quality health is the opportunity for consistency, and if we can do that, I like our chances.
Yeah, talking to you guys, what's the mindset of the team as you guys start to kick off this season?
We've been grinding since June. Like Coach said, it's just take all that we've done in practice and put it in gameplay and just keep your head down and keep going.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time out there, and it really helps with the confidence, knowing that you've put in the work going into those games and there's no question marks. We're just going to have to be consistent and stay together as a team.
Liam, how do you guys manage the grind for the season? It's a long season, we know that. Baseball's pretty tough, but I mean, you're a first baseman, and so you're playing day in, day out. What is that like?
Yeah, we start preparing in summer. So just throughout fall's a grind too. We play about 10 games. But staying locked in all game, it's a challenge. So just in practice, staying locked into practice is a goal of mine. And that's what I'm
Yeah, you guys found that out the hard way. You went from 7 innings in high school to 9 innings in college, and then you play a lot more games in college than you do in high school in a season.
Yeah, it's a lot different. The grind is real. It's a long season, and it is different traveling to Southern California. The long bus rides. We had a couple of breakdowns last year. It's a challenge.
So tell me, what is playing for BC mean to you? This is a historic program, and there's a lot of history from the stadium named after Jerry Collis, which is one of the greatest baseball coaches that ever coached here, and football coaches that ever coached at Bakersfield College. There's a lot of history at this school for baseball. What does that mean?
Yeah, it means a lot. Bakersfield as a whole has a really rich baseball history. Bakersfield College in itself has a lot of baseball accolades, a lot of talent that's came out of here. So being able to be a part of this program and bring it back to being a lot more successful, it means a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
So tell me, why should the fans come out and support you guys this year?
I think we're a really raw team. We got a lot of young guys that can play ball, and I think it'll be exciting. Just watching the guys ball out for sure.
Coach, let's talk about some logistics. What do we got going on out at the stadium this year?
Well,
I didn't want to pour salt in an open wound, but I'm going to.
I think we're about 99.9% finished with the dugout project that started 4 or 5 months ago. We've got a few little odds and ends to finish up. That should be good. We're excited about that. They're nice. We got an opportunity to kind of build those the way we wanted to, which should have been done in 1955 when they were built originally. Casey and I would like a new scoreboard. But at the end of the day, I think that it's just the process of stuff that our guys are understanding. There's controllables and uncontrollables, and we've just got to figure out how we let go of the uncontrollable and focus on what we control.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to doing some broadcasting out there and kind of putting you guys in a professional type of broadcast where we're going to have a new center field camera that's going to focus in on the pitcher and the batter and the catcher all at the same time, along with maybe another camera over first base and another one covering the field. So looking forward to many broadcasts of baseball this year. We did the first play-by-play broadcast last year in the history of Bakersfield College baseball. I was a part of that and I'm really proud of that and thankful that you guys give me the opportunity to do that and that you guys put on a good baseball game, that we have something exciting to talk about, and that's pretty cool. So thank you guys for your time. BC Baseball, everybody! So that does it for today. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody that came out today. Of course, I wouldn't be remiss without thanking Annalicia Krumquist, who works on our athletic department and really helps us put all this stuff on. Our assistant AD, Carly Flowers. Our athletic director, Ayana Tweedy. Thank you for that. Gio General Al on the camera here. Thank you guys, everyone, for coming out today. We'll see you next time, everybody. Also, if anybody wants to do any media interviews, please stick around. They will be getting in touch with you shortly. Thank you. Athletes are invited to stay as well and do interviews.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com. Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com. Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com.